Hello. Today I'll be persuading my audience to take action on helping out the homelessness all around the world. Today I will be discussing the circumstances that leads to homelessness, the way homelessness has the ability to affect more than just one person, and ways in which me and you could work together to put a stop to homelessness. Whose responsibility is it to take care of the homeless? Is it yours? Is it mine? Or how about the food operations and the organizations within the government? Well, actually, it's none of the above. The fight to end homelessness is up to all of us. By listening to me today, not only will you gain more knowledge about homelessness, but you will learn on how you could contribute to fight and end homelessness. When I was in middle school, I joined an after-school program that involved giving back to the community and others. At least once a month, we would go to homeless shelters all around Vegas, giving out food to those in need. It was very heartwarming seeing these people's faces and their reactions just by receiving a good meal. It was very, very heartwarming. I love giving back to others. The satisfaction behind it is unexplainable. Knowing that you helped someone out and knowing that you made them feel loved and appreciated, there's nothing better than that. So when in January of 2019, Nevada had an estimated of 7,169 homeless people on any given day. Reported by the Housing of Urban Development, a total of 183 were family households, 674 were veterans, 1,285 were unaccompanied young adults, ages 18 through 24, and 715 were individuals experiencing chronic homelessness. Volunteering in my after-school program, it made me realize that there's really people out there who are doing worse than me and who actually are really in need. I did my research on homelessness with access of articles and the internet. Tonight I will be going more in depth about homelessness and the effects it has on our city as well as around the world. On any given night, 553 Americans are homeless. Although homelessness has increased slightly by 3% between 2017 and 2018, it's been a downward trend for the past decade. According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, reports contradict local reports where homelessness has shown to have increased each year since 2014 in most major cities and most major U.S. cities, with a 40% increase between 2012 and 2019. It's been a downward trend for the past decade. Homelessness is a growing problem that negatively impacts the nation's economy, competitiveness. The United States Federal Council of Homelessness stated it's costly to society because people experiencing homelessness frequently require the most expensive publicly funded services and institutions. Homelessness is also costly in terms of its negative impact on human life, health, and productivity. For example, in 2017, the Housing of Urban Development granted a bill for 196 billion. Through the programs of homeless services, which was an increase from the 1.94 billion that was passed in 2015. So it was a slight 4 billion increase in the billing within those time frame 4 years. The top 5 causes of homelessness among unaccompanied individuals were lack of affordable housing, unemployment, poverty, mental illness, and lastly, drug abuse and the lack of needed services. As a class, I would really like for all of you to understand from my perspective. My proposal is that much can be done with the help of an individual or a community group. No matter what your skills may be, your interests, your age, or resources, there are ways we can make a difference for some of the men, women, and children who are out there homeless as we speak right now. Just by volunteering is important and well needed as we work together to put a stop to this. Volunteering your time to work directly with people experiencing homelessness is probably one of the best ways to actually fully understand homelessness. Volunteering your time is very, very useful, and it could be very meaningful. Not that it doesn't sound too much just by volunteering, but it's actually one of the best main things you could do to put a stop to homelessness. It's just by volunteering your free time. There's a lot that requires help for. There's a lot that requires help when you do offer it, which is basically filing papers, sorting clothes, cutting vegetables, meal prepping, etc. Getting involved. You can find a listing of secure providers on directory of local homelessness service organizations, and there's a little link I left. So if anyone's interested, go ahead and look into that. The examples that I'm about to mention have been tried and proven to be successful. By working at a shelter, you can help with work such as answering phones, typing, filing, or sorting mail. Also, inviting people experiencing homelessness to gatherings, worship services, public concerts, or picnics, and getting them more involved with the normal lifestyle is great as well. Kind of motivates them to make them feel like they're a normal human being just like everyone else, because at the end of the day that's what they are. They're a human being. They're just homeless with no shelter, which is pretty upsetting. So I ask you as an audience to allow your children, brothers, sisters, and cousins to participate in any programs that involve giving back. What's better than being informed with right facts and acknowledging the horrible crisis that we're going through, and you as an individual putting your time and effort into something that could be fixed and stopped. With the proposals I have given, homeless rates have been lowered and will continue as people come together as one to help those in need. To end homelessness in America, the first thing we need to do is strengthen our ability to prevent it in the first place. So we can prevent it in the first place, and we have a lot less things that we have to worry about. In conclusion, by stabilizing people through shelter, moving them into permanent housing, and implementing assistance programs to keep people in their housing, we can not only reduce homelessness, but put a stop to it as well. So I ask you tonight to get involved, and if you are given the opportunity to change lives and make a difference, I hope you take full advantage of it and make a difference. As for me, I will continue to be involved with programs and experience and volunteering my free time, trying my best to give back to those who are in need. So remember, it's not my responsibility, and it's not yours. It's all of ours as a whole. Thank you. Good night.